is desperately trying to work out if there's anything he can do because the Sylvan anime just charged the gargoyles and wiped them out.
Even though they technically failed their fear test, but we allowed it anyway for the sake of just getting on with the game.
Yes, that's very kind.
Lost an entire unit as a result.
Can I just point out, that's the kind of good sportsmanship that makes an enjoyable game, as someone doesn't get too picky about whether you make a mistake here and there, but you just get on with the flow of the game. Don't argue about it, it's just fun.
Kind of sportsmanship I've come to expect from you, non-creative garbage.
Right, revenge. Well, battle is really being joined now. Azael and her group of thralls attacked the sacred Vestals here. There was a flurry of blades, but it didn't do any damage at all because the Vestals are quite tough. And it's getting very nasty indeed here. The almighty skull has just entered the fray. Sacred Vestals are definitely being rather seriously beleaguered. Does that make sense? Can you be rather seriously beleaguered? I don't know.
It's like unique, really, isn't it? You either are or you aren't.
We'll leave that for people in YouTube land to look up.
In a dictionary.
Yes. Perhaps you'd like to walk us through what just happened.
Yes, well, this is the joy of having a creature like the almighty skull, who is 7 fear factor. He came charging into the battle. He hasn't actually done anything yet, but just by coming in, the whatever these fairy things are here had to make a courage test.
Sacred Vestals, thank you.
Sacred Vestals, which they failed dismally because they needed to get a 6, and hence went straight into rout. And because they are fully engaged and they're only a 1 rank unit and they're completely surrounded, they're wiped out entirely as soon as they're activated, which is now.
Oh dear.
Goodbye.
And not only that, they happen to be a rank 2 unit, so he gets 4 elixir points for that, which means he is in the lead.
Excellent.
Curses. Well, folks, it's the last turn of this amazing confrontation game, and most of the battling has been taking place within the ruins of this building. That unit led by Uranus is, well, he's still surviving, and it's been bearing most of the brunt of the carnage, but the Sylvan anime have come up behind as well. They wiped out the gargoyles, which was fantastic. Very lucky because they're not incredibly strong. And the undead have just been pouring over here. The undead wiped out the sacred Vestals, but at the moment, because he wiped out the sacred Vestals and I wiped out the gargoyles, that's 2 units of roughly equivalent strength, so we have the same elixir point score at the moment. So in this last turn, if I can just wipe out 1 last unit, and that figure there, right there, is the last remaining one of that unit. If I can wipe him out and then manage to survive and not have any of mine wiped out, it's going to be a win for the Wolfen. Yes. What do you say, Will?
Well, I find this extremely frustrating because these fellows here, the Dark Paladins, well, apart from him, best unit in the game, just been blundering around, mindlessly wandering around the battlefield, trying to find something to hit. And meanwhile, these fellows have been running rings around them, not doing any damage to them, mind you, but these just are totally useless in this situation. If I'd started them over here, then I would have wrecked carnage here, but they're just in the wrong place. So they haven't been engaged.
Do you think it was something to do with that ingenious move right at the start where you thought you were matching units over the other side of the table, but in fact those units then just ran over to the other flank?
Yes, well, that's possibly got something to do with it, but not knowing that my units only moved 7, whereas yours can move 40, was probably a lack of intelligence gathering on my part.
Right, so you're just putting it down to ignorance on your part, really?
Yes, fundamentally.
Excellent. So, let's see what happens in this last turn of the game. Well, the tension is mounting because Yanril has just wiped out that unit we just talked about, and so he's got another 2 points, so it's now 2, 4, 6, 8 points to 6. And the undead are fighting back.
Yes, but it's not going to work because he's not going to make it.
Oh no.
He's going to charge, but he's only going to get to there.
What's his movement?
14 at a charge.
14 at a charge.
Yes, he moves 7. That's what I'm saying.
Dear.
They're slow.
The undead are so slow.
They're slow. Ponderous.
No. Dead. It's really a tough match, the very slow undead versus the very fast Wolfen. But it has been quite a close game. Anyway, it's not over yet.
Right. Now,
What's
what did you
happening
make me do? You wanted me to re-roll something?
Yes, I'm forcing him to re-roll a strength test because he just did 2 wounds against my Ranril main guy. 2?
2, was it? 2.
It was 2.
Right.
Which would have killed him, but I can spend 1 elixir point to get him to re-roll, which would keep me in the lead if he survives. But if he succeeds on this re-roll, I think it's all over for the Wolfen. This is called tweaking the rules to win.
I needed a 7 versus 8. It's -1. I needed 4+.
There was a 4+. Yeah. No! 2 3s. Oh no! At the cost of 1 elixir point, he survives, which could mean that I win by 1 point.
I could spend an elixir point and re-roll all favours.
No! No!
Why not? What the hell?
All right. That might keep you 1 behind, but I don't know. Oh, 1 and a 3.
Oh, what a debacle.
Dear, oh dear.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
the fight goes on.
And now she's going to have a go at you.
No, it's not over yet.
No, it's not over yet. Now, after spending the entire game bringing my cavalry all the way from over here, around the back to here, with this in mind, finally he mustered enough courage to come around the corner and attack. Did nothing, and now my cavalry have charged in, and I've got 2 who can hit 1 person because he's got a reach of 3 centimetres, but that's not the point. These guys are really scary. They've got a fear factor of 5, so now he has to make a courage test, and if he fails it, he routs.
If I just stayed around by the corner, which I've been doing for the entire turn because I was too terrified to go around and charge, I wouldn't be in this state. So this is called getting cocky and paying the price. I only have to roll a 5+. If I fail this 5+ test, I can re-roll it once. These guys will rout, and he will get points for it, and he'll win. Oh, what was I thinking?
Roll.
And considering how I've been rolling all weekend...
Yes. Things aren't looking good.
5! Excellent!
That is intensely annoying. Oh dear. Okay, now I'm going to kill you.
The amusement never ends. Well, he did 1 wound to that unit, so there's no problem there. And is this your last?
No, I've still got, pretty useless bunches of skeletons.
Yep,
really.
so his whole game plan has come down to 2 wimpy undead thrall trying to kill that guy, and even if he did by some bizarre chance, it wouldn't kill the whole unit. So I think it's all over Red Rover.
But I'm going into... Oh no, you passed a fear test against them already, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I'm not scared of undead thralls.
If only I could move him.
Dear.
Okay, here we go. 2 dice.
Right.
That would be
3 and a 2.
I think
we can safely say they're misses.
A miss. Well, it's got 3 strength against your armour of 3.
3, you need a 4.
I need a 4.
And that's it! The Wolfen have won by 7 points to 5.
Yeah, 7 points to 5. Very close game.
Very, very close game. And really interesting game. An interesting game of the very fast-moving Wolfen against the very slow-moving undead.
Yes, really what I should have done was just formed a defensive circle here and forced you to dash yourself against it. That would have been the perfect tactic.
Yes, it would. Unfortunately, it's a tactic you refuse to use.
We'll know better.
Excellent. Well, it's been a great game.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Gifford.
you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this game. I know it's a game that unfortunately doesn't exist anymore, but it's a great game. And I have to say, I haven't played a whole lot of Warhammer Fantasy Battle, but this game is so much more mobile and so much more interesting. The few games I have played of Warhammer Fantasy Battle is very much 2 armies just go... in this one, they are all over the place, and mobility is very important during the game, and it makes for a really interesting clash.
It does.
So, thank you, sir.
Yes, and thank you, worthy foe.